not that kind of orc.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hidden Dagger. I'll be your host, I'll P on you. And tonight we're just doing what we normally do. We're just talking some Ashes, some of that pre-Alpha 2 hype. We don't know how many exact months we have ahead of us, but we do know it's going to be in quarter 3. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're old to the channel, welcome back. And let's ask some questions. Let's talk anything Ashes. Let's have a good time. In the meantime, until we get some chatters in here, we're just going to go ahead and play this video by Steven. And this one is the update on the Cyclops combat. So we are ready to talk. So when you come on in, you got something to say, let's get busy and let's start discussing Ashes. Anything you want to know, it's Anything Ashes Monday.
Hello and welcome, glorious Ashes of Creation community. We hope that you are having a wonderful month. Of course, this is our May development update. It has been a wild month for us. I feel like I say that every single time, but
Hello, Mr. Az. How you doing tonight? Oh, you're back. You're tired, but you're here anyway. You're the man. You're the man. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a nice day. Yeah, I am. I'm having a good day. I can't complain. It's a Monday. You know, it is what it is. I figured I am going to try to... I did schedule this stream today. So in the future, what I'm going to do is the week leading up, I'm going to try to schedule a stream or two so you guys can have a little bit more heads up than me just kind of popping on, you know, saying, hey, I'm on. So, because I know there's a lot of other content creators out there, and I don't want to step on any of their toes. So I'm trying to find a time where I'm not going to be interrupting into those guys, and then that gives you guys a chance to watch more content. So, but yeah, I'm doing great. I hope your day was awesome too. And we're just going to play a little bit of the Ashes of Creation Cyclops event. What's been going on with you? You got any questions for me today? You got to be tired though. It's got to be what, 12 o'clock or so in Germany.
it's just like
we do say it. We say it every time, and then we also say after we say it every time that we say it every time.
the wild thing to me is that we're almost halfway through the year, which is nuts.
Yeah, that actually.
I'm sure everyone else is feeling that way.
Right now, not a question you can think of. Oh, that's okay, my friend.
As well.
I'm just glad to have you here. If you're tired, feel free to lurk away. I completely understand.
As always, is Steven Sharif, our creative director.
People will eventually stroll on in here. It takes people a while.
You are excited for today. I know we've been
As maybe we can ask Sir Steven to release more footage and presentations more often. You know what? That's actually a good point. Although I think it's probably a bit of a production for them even to get one stream out, because I'm pretty sure that somebody said they had the Phoenix Initiative and they were working over 10 hours on that last video, that PvP Caravan video. So would we be able to say that yes, they definitely have, hopefully they have enough stuff to show leading up to Alpha 2 where they could do 2 a month? But then again, then you take a step back and see what they're showing us this month. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. I think that they do have a lot, and they're holding back. They don't want to show us everything they have. They want Alpha 2. The release of Alpha 2 is a big to-do for them. It's, you've seen how they've had the streams leading up to it, how they're doing quarter 2024. Now we're doing, or year 2024, quarter number 3, and then we'll have another big stream. It's going to tell us the month. So there's going to be a lot of hype going into Alpha 2. So I think that they want that discovery to be there for the players that are playing it and for the players that are viewing it. So how much we're going to get that's of any consequence, I don't know. I really don't know. I would like to think that they'd have enough to do 2 streams a month, though. I do remember him saying something about they were going to try to get a few more things out to us. But, yeah, but this month kind of stumped me. I'm not going to lie. It says prepare for lots and lots of bugs, glitches, and probably Oh yeah, yeah, without a doubt. But that's, you know what, better Alpha 2 than release, right? And even though that being said, we know that release is going to have some issues too. There's not many games that have a launch that don't have releases. So and really one of the biggest, problems with a launch of a game, especially a big game like this, is the queue, the server problem, the server load. Now, I would rather wait an hour or two to get into the game, as long as they don't give you that little quick 5-minute window to jump in. If they give you like 15, 20 minutes or whatever to jump in, that's great. But I would rather have a busy server at first than, be able to get right into the game and in a few months down the road the population falls off, because it's going to fall off. This will happen in every game. There'll be a huge influx, and then people will start to fall off. Maybe the game's not for them or whatnot. And then you don't want to be left with a server that, is subpar as far as numbers. So that's kind of my thought on there. I'm willing to deal with some queue time in order to go ahead and have a healthy server. Now, that being said, one of the things that Ashes has said that they're going to do is big guilds, and probably this is going to include streamers, are going to be choosing a server ahead of time. So that is going to help a lot with distributing the server health as far as in the server population. They'll hopefully be putting up a list of their servers and say, hey, you talk to your buddies, hey guys, we're going to go here, you're going to go there. And then the server, that's actually a brilliant way to do it, because I think Guild Wars did that. Guild Wars or Warhammer Online, Guild Wars 2 or Warhammer Online, I can't remember. One of them did it, and it was a really smart idea, because it gave people a chance to go somewhere and they knew where they were going, and at some point they cut it off and said, all right guys, no more, this is it, that's all the server's getting, at least for right now. So I think, and if you snooze, you lose. So if you're really into Ashes, then you should be paying attention. Don't come to me, 2 weeks later, I couldn't get on the server. Well, you weren't paying attention, so that's not my problem. But yeah, we'll see though. I'm excited for the stream coming up, only because it's a stream. I'm not necessarily excited about the content of the stream. I'm hoping they have a surprise for us, but we'll see. But anyway, that was a good question.
What's to come, but as always, what we're going to be covering today is reminders. We will also be showing off our Cyclops combat.
We also have
We're doing our first multi-stream tonight on the other services that cannot be named.
He's lounging. I know.
I'm not allowed to name them.
I have Lucy on this side.
Apparently.
She's.
I have to. We are streaming on Twitch.
She's been over to our house a few times.
So if you're coming from one of those other platforms, I do appreciate it. 2, I do have multi-stream chat up, so I should be able to read your chat.
We'll have our art update,
and I will respond to you as soon as I see it.
From our forums, because y'all have been sending us some great questions. But before that, we will be talking a little bit about reminders. And we've got our spotlight today for our YouTube comment. So if you would also like to be spotlighted as a YouTube comment,
I need to put my question in for my spotlight so I can be spotlighted.
You have your subs visible so that we can see that you're a sub. And then leave us a comment on our development updates. So for May's development update,
I forgot to tell you, I don't know if you're still there. But check this out. I could use your help with this, since you're a loyal Hidden Dagger member. So, for Ashes 2, when it comes out, I've got this cool little spinning wheel, and I'm putting some stuff on it, to make it a little bit more interesting. So I got stuff on there like attack a random player, drink a bottle of water, drop a harvestable, stuff like that. You got any ideas for stuff that I could do that would be fun and engaging for the audience? because I'm always looking for new ideas to throw them on in there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, yeah. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so these are the wheel spin is something you can get with 5,000 channel points. So you can go ahead and spin that wheel. So it should be pretty fun. I mean, I think I have one of them is I have to take off all my armor. Another one is I have to take off my weapons. I'll probably add one where I'm not allowed to fight for 5 minutes or something like that. Maybe try to steal from an NPC merchant or seller. I don't know if we can steal, but if we can, I'll add that in there. If we can, think about it though. If there's something that you think about, you brainstorm. Let me know because I'd love to get some ideas. I'm trying to get all prepared for Alpha 2 for when it goes live, and I want to have some fun interactive stuff for you guys to mess around with too, especially for those who aren't getting a chance to play the Alpha 2. But anyway, I hate to interrupt you. I just wanted to throw that out and see what you had for me.
An update live stream. But this one is from Nice Gaming, who has actually
Nice
been making
Gaming!
some
Oh yeah.
YouTube videos, which were like, oh, that's cool.
He's a good content
Yeah,
creator,
I'm
nice
watching
guy.
those.
They're great.
No pun intended.
And, thanks, Nice. We appreciate it. They also do a lot of other MMO content as well. But their question is, can there be leaderboard stats or leaderboards/stats tracking to track miscellaneous player stats such as dungeons completed, PvP kills, caravans raided, caravan raids, caravans raided, there we go, trees chopped, etc. And would these achievements be visible by other players?
That is a great question. So first, to give you a little bit of context on the development side, from our perspective, we track all of those things, and we track many more things very granularly from a logging perspective, because it helps to inform the activities that players enjoy doing, the things that they tend to stay away from, how long they tend to do those things. And a lot of companies use just that data.
As says, or smuggle stolen goods into the warehouse/stock of merchant to frame him. Interesting. If they have anything with stolen goods, I'm all in. Because I think I don't know for sure because I haven't played Alpha 2, but at Alpha 2, I will be playing a rogue at some shape or form in Alpha 2. A Renkai rogue. And yeah, that's stabby. I'm all about that stabby. I have my hesitations on how the rogue is going to turn out, but I'm going to try to be open-minded and just see what they got for us. Hey, Zillin, how you doing? Welcome, buddy. Welcome to the channel. We got a star in the channel. Woo! It's a YouTube sensation. Zillin, guys, if you haven't checked him out and you're watching the stream at some other time, because obviously not many of you are in my chat at this moment, go check Zillin out. He's a nice guy. He's got great hair and makes me really jealous. As says, oh, Rogue can be an assassin as well. It's Zillinois. How you doing tonight, Zillin? Glad to have you here, buddy. I was watching one of your old podcasts that you had with the Golden Feather. I think that was your third episode on the Golden Feather. Those are also some good peeps over there. What are your thoughts, Zillin, about as was talking, if they have enough content to maybe put out more than one stream a month? But I would like to think that they do, but I'm not sure after seeing the topic of this next presentation. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air with that one. I admit I'm addicted to the monthly presentation. I am. Unfortunately, I work at that time when they come on. Otherwise, I'd be doing like a live stream. So yeah, I work during that time, so it's kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Data to kind of inform direction over.
I'd like to say that I'd
very much
be streaming that night after the presentation, but I'll have to see how many other streamers are on that night because I don't want to walk on people I'm the new guy, so I don't want to walk over people. Zillan says they only do streams because it was a Kickstarter promise, and if they hit a certain goal, they will never go to. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I'm glad that they do the stream, because, well, it means a lot to me personally. I love being kept up in the game. I don't like. I know I'm almost positive you're in Alpha 1 as well, Zillan, or an Alpha 1 member, if you're into Kickstarter. And I don't like going to the Discord too much because I get tired of looking at the Stargate GIFs. So I pretty much just go to the forums, which I've seen you post in there as well. And that's really about it. I don't know if you know, my name is I'll Pee on You, Zillan. That's the Hidden Dagger is going to be my tavern name, but I'll Pee on You is who I am.
Believer that you need to have correlating data.
You got any new content coming out soon? Or are you just kind of taking a break?
Player base, in addition to the logging and metrics that you can.
I've been putting out a lot of content on the channel that won't be named since I'm doing a multi-stream. But just trying to catch up and get some subscribers. I have another YouTube channel that I've done other stuff on, but I didn't want to mix them. I heard it's a bad idea, so this one's starting completely new.
Fine.
And it's brutal. It's like starting a new Twitch TV channel, and that's horrible too.
Moving forward. Now,
that's basically what I'm doing. Even though I have 500 followers, I feel like I'm starting over.
Question.
New game.
Which of those stats will we expose to the player side? I think we have a lot of intention to, and we've talked about this in the past, to have a lot of these things shown to the players and be able to, for those players to choose to share them or not through their character page on the website that we've talked about in the past as well. And those will include.
I was asking as I have this spin the wheel thing going on here, Zillan, where I'm going to give the viewers a chance to watch me do some silly shit when I'm playing Alpha 2. You have anything like that where they can use their channel points? You have a lot of content ideas and some videos I've already made, but man, I feel like virtually all the Ashes content is useless. No, there's something to be said for that. Lately, I've been kind of going with like just the informative kind of videos, stuff that at least has been confirmed on the wiki for the most part, and just trying to catch up people who are too lazy to go read the wiki, or they dislike the video presentation more. And so far that's been, it's given me something to put up. I have another one coming out tomorrow, that I got my script done today. But really it's more about, I got to start building that channel too. So I got to put out something. I don't really like, and I don't do it on Twitch, and I don't think I'll do it on YouTube. I'm not really much of a reaction video guy. I think that a lot of people are doing that. So I'm going to try to avoid that if I can. Not saying that I won't do it, but saying I'm going to try to avoid the reaction video stuff, unless it's to like a reaction to the Ashes stream. Zilla says, yeah, I have fun stuff for people to spend channel points on. The punishment cam was a big hit in Alpha 1. Tell me about that. I did not see that. What was the punishment cam? That sounds good. I won't steal the idea or anything like that, but I'd love to hear what it is. The punishment cam. The only punishment I got on there is drink a bottle of water and do 25 push-ups, which at my age, I might die and they might lose their streamer. So, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Of what you mentioned there, I think it's a really cool component that as a player, I get to see how I stack up against other players in the achievements that I've accomplished in game.
It's nice seeing you guys pop in, though. I've had Rive Genesis popped in and it said hi, and we talked a little bit. Now you've popped in, so I've been watching your video. I've been watching all the content creators' videos, and I love them all. I used to stream about 7 years ago, and what brought me back to streaming was you guys, and I want to say thank you for that, because you guys are probably the nicest bunch of content creators that I've seen, and which is usually a cutthroat business, and I wanted to be part of that. So that's why I'm here. I love Ashes, and I wanted to share my passion for Ashes, and you guys were such good people. I was like, I got to be part of this group. So that's why I'm here. A little bit late, but I'm here. Zilla says, I had a scene set up that was me in the stocks in a medieval village, and I had to read god awful puns and soul killing, life sucking puns I suffered, but the crowd loved it. That's good. That's what it's all about, right? It's a show. By the way, I remember that YouTube video that you had talking about your guild experience when you were a guild leader, and you really went on kind of a personal level there. And being a former guild leader myself of a pretty large successful guild, I really appreciated that video and that point of view. In a way, it hit home a little bit with myself as well. But I did enjoy that. I just wanted to mention that to you while I had you on here. Yeah, I'm sure we're all going to come up with some kind of stupid, silly games. I don't really drink, so I'm not going to be chugging drinks and stuff like that. Water and coffee are about the best you're going to get out of me.
I think that's something that's super cool, and it helps provide motivation for players to achieve things in game. So yes, we will be embracing.
So here's the question, guys: what quarter do you think Ashes is going to come out? Do you think that they go with the last month in the quarter, which I believe is September, or are we going to see July, or are we going to see something in the middle? I'm thinking probably August. That's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go with August. We'll see what happens, but I'd love to say July, but I got debated by Narc, and when I came home from work and I saw on his stream before they announced the quarter, Alpha 2 quarter confirmed, it's quarter one, and I got totally excited and I got totally debated, and I was so pissed when I got home. I wanted to strangle Narc. I love Narc, but I wanted to strangle him. So like, I should have known he was gonna bait me into that.
Those types of leaderboards and stats exposed to the players for Ashes.
Yes, it will be a lot of fun. We have many dreams that we want to do with Game to Web and Game to Mobile in regards to showing stats and making things shareable for you. We know how social media works, how sharing content with friends work.
As says, I am with Autumn 2025 for release. Maybe late September, early October, just gut feeling. This is my thoughts. Zillan says, I've been nonstop dead wrong about A2 release for 3 straight years. My opinion means nothing on the topic. But July 14th, he's even going with the actual day. July 14th is my guess 3 years ago today. Interesting. That's some big brain shit there, Zillan. All right. I like it. That's some big brain shit. That's good. My thoughts are, if they do it in July, right? If they do it in July, they already know that they kind of disappointed people by putting it, late in the year in quarter 3. But if they do it in July, that would give them 6 months to the rest of the year to do some really good Alpha 2 testing, plus almost a whole nother year with, my guess, is a release, and this is if everything goes really well, with a release for Christmas 2025. So that's, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. You don't know, who knows what's going to happen, because who knows what's going to go wrong. But I feel in my gut, especially with, they said that UE5 was making things easier to develop the game, right? They've hired, I know there are over 170 devs now working on the game, and a lot of them have to be caught up to speed. So they've got to be churning out content left and right. So assuming we can get the systems, tested properly in Alpha 2, and there's not any kind of major server issues, then I'm thinking we're going to be on track for a 2025 Christmas release. Does that sound feasible, or is you think that's pushing it? A lot of people are saying like 3 years and 4 years. With today's technology and how fast, a new Unreal might come out or something like that, then you'd have to totally change the engine. I don't know. Other games might pop up that are not even being talked about right now. Given, ArcH 2, I'm not concerned about. I think that game's dead in the water. But who knows? Maybe Star Citizen comes out finally. No, but seriously. Yeah. Who knows?
But those things will all come in due time. Just
I love that how you've been dead wrong.
And of course,
Hey, that's all we can do is try, right?
I think we did do a dev discussion in the past.
Half-Life 3, anybody?
Kind of like what features you'd like to see in a mobile app or things like that. Those things would be super helpful. So if you want to head back over there and give us some comments,
Half-Life
we'd appreciate
3.
it.
I
And
never
of course,
played
we have
Half-Life.
been doing dev discussions.
Oop, let me
Our
take my
latest one was on the Mage.
let me take my
so if you
spin
have
wheel
not
off
gotten
here.
A chance to
Or-
toss your
yeah,
feedback
there we
in
go.
there. I know we already started compiling all of that feedback, but you're welcome to still pop in there, even if the discussions have already been wrapped up. We don't want you to stop the conversation. Please continue. Our next.
And by the way,
What's
I
really
do wanna-
interesting that right now we're trying to just talk and get people involved in Ashes, those who aren't involved already. Zillan says there isn't another legit MMO being made right now that we have any real info about. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is the top dog. I mean, PAX Day, that came out kind of out of nowhere. I heard there's a little bit of, I don't know for sure, but I heard there might be some pay to win and stuff like that. Throne and Liberty, also going to be pay to win, and looks like it's catered to a lot of mobile stuff. I'm not really interested in that one. Yeah, you're right. There's really nothing. I don't know when Amazon's remake of the Lord of the Rings is going to be, but it's Amazon. I love Amazon, but they'll probably screw it up. PAX Day is not an MMO. Yeah, then we'll take that one out of the boat. Yeah, and then Star Citizen, well, yeah, we know what that is. So, yeah, it's hard to say. I don't really think that they have anything, but I don't know if you want to. There is something to be said for making people wait too long. And I think if you make people wait too long, they will lose interest. Will they come back when it releases? Yeah, probably. Probably, depending on what else they're playing. Quinfall is a scam. Yeah, I saw that, and I think I watched, who is it? The one content creator, Force Gaming. And he was all over Quinfall, so I had no interest in that. Yeah, the Riot MMO, that's the one I was thinking about that. They've been very quiet. I'm not even a League of Legends fan. I enjoyed League of Legends, but I didn't enjoy the community, so I don't play it anymore. But yeah, without hearing any info, seeing anything from that, they got to be years away if it even comes out. So we know that Ashes is coming out at some point. When, we'll find out. But at least we know we will be playing it in 2024. So that's all I got to go with there. I'm pretty excited with that.
Comment real quick.
What kind of class are you going to play? I think I saw you were talking to Burns, Dr. Burns, on Ash's relation in Bespoke, that you were thinking about tank. Am I correct in saying that? Tank has crossed my mind as well, but I do feel like I'm going to be going with, to start, if it's available, a Renkai Rogue. I want to try that. I want to see what
For
their
those of
version
you
of stealth is.
Who have been participating in that discussion along the Mage Showcase.
But tanks
from
do
last
look
month.
pretty good.
Really exemplary job. I mean, that discussion was well done. I was reading through the responses. It was well articulated from a lot of you around the. things you
Speaking
enjoyed,
about
the things-
content creators, I haven't heard anything from Richie SH in a while. Ben, I think there's a lot of them right now that are kind of taking a break. Been a tank for a long time. It'll depend on what the tank is like in PvP. There you go, my man. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the tank I think is going to be. They're going to give us a guard, right? Now look, if that was the guard in the PvP Caravan video with that long blue strand graphic, they need to lose that. That was horrible. Whatever that was, they need to get rid of it. I hated it. I just want like an icon over the head where I can guard someone and I got to be within a certain meter range or something like that. Oh, Richie's dealing with a lot of real life stuff right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, that's good. He'll be back. I didn't know that was going on. Did he post some kind of a video talking about that, or is that just some inside information there? Yeah, I must have missed it. I didn't realize that. I hope he's doing better. Um, Renkai though is definitely my race, and also as far as tanks and PvP, I think as long as we have that javelin pull, that's gonna make it at least somewhat interesting, if nothing else, because at least we can pull people. I mean, we can pull other tanks and stuff like that. Oh, you talk all the time? Oh, okay, good, good. I talked to Richie when I was. He probably doesn't remember me when I was in Alpha 1, but you know, but that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Right now, I'm just chomping at the bit to get some spot testing that we won't be able to talk about. But I think that they'll probably announce at some point when we're going to send us out emails when they're going to start doing that. But the spot testing that shall not be named. But I think tanks and the javelin and stuff like that, and between the javelin and the guard ability and the Aegis, the big shield or whatever, I think they got some really good mechanics. I'm looking forward to trying them out.
Things you'd like to see improvements on, examples from other games that you enjoyed, like that thread.
Richie's
was
big
a
time since he
treasure
got to be
trove
on the
of
stream with
player
Steven.
feedback, and I just want to say,
Have you had a
you
chance to
guys-
interview Steven
those-
yet? Do you do interviews? Is that your thing? I don't know if I've seen you in an interview yet. I feel like Dr. Burns of Ashes of Relation is becoming like the new lazy peon. He's really really well spoken, and he puts some big brain shit out there. Zilla says pretty much the entire Ashes content creator community talks a lot. Do you guys have a channel that you guys go to? I speak regularly with Richie, Rive, Vladis Gaming, Q Burns, Rory. Okay, yeah, you guys are hiding out somewhere. I'm not sure where you guys are hiding. I'm in a few of their discords, but I'm not in one with like a content creator discord at all.
Those of you out there who participate
Nobody
in that
invites me to
discussion, kudos
anything.
to you.
I
Thank
gotta
you
earn
very
it.
much.
I gotta
It is
earn
a
it.
very
Right now, I'm
instrumental
just here.
tool that the community team has an opportunity to concisely bring together and provide the developers. It is very helpful. And those of you who didn't participate in those discussions, totally
I gotta
fair,
put in
but
my
we would
time, pay
encourage
my
you in the
dues.
future,
I
to
got
get
it.
engaged, because there's nothing more valuable
I'm down
than
with
hearing
that.
from you guys what you enjoy and what you'd like to
Oh,
see
you just
done
message them all individually?
And
You know,
I
it wouldn't
would-
be a bad idea to get a group.
I would
Maybe
say
make
today's,
a
demonstration
content
is
creator
not gonna be any
Discord or
different.
something
So
like
as you
that,
guys kind of watch
where
what
we could
show
all
you today,
communicate easily.
it's going to be very helpful for you to jump back in on the forums and across social media and give us
Better yet,
your
let's
thoughts
start up a
on
Rust
what's
server and have an
happening
Ashes of
from this
Creation
transparent development
content
process
creator
is to collect
Rust
that
server. Play
Yeah,
something.
And we've also been doing an office hours. We recently started advertising that on our.
Are you a
social media as well.
PvPer, Zillan?
And Bachner and Roshan.
I love
did a great
PvP.
job with that pilot program. So if it's something that you're interested in, where you can actually like come in and talk. And
I've talked.
and
I'll
answer
talk to
some
Rive.
questions as
I've
well,
talked to
instead
him
of
a few
just posting
times.
on
I've
forums.
messaged him
You know,
privately,
that
but
avenue.
um,
Not everybody wants to type.
I haven't
up a
privately
forum
messaged
post,
anybody else.
So if you'd
Yes,
rather
yeah.
talk and speak,
Yeah, I am in the TGF Discord. They have a content. Oh, okay. I'll look into that particular
that's another
channel.
opportunity for you as well.
Yeah, and one of the last thing, and forgive me if I stand a little
They're
bit on a soapbox.
good bunch
but
of people. I
as a
like
player of
Vertec and
MMOs
Chibi.
as well as we all are here at Intrepid.
I thought that they were streaming tonight, but I saw an alert saying they were coming on, but I never saw them.
Out announced projects and upcoming games that are coming out, and sometimes through normal development,
I'm glad they changed this format
is not a
of
level
their
of
streams where they talk a lot
transparency
more
or
at the end
insight
than they do so much at the
into
beginning.
moment-to-moment gameplay.
They-
that's
he
being
talks forever
expected
early on.
behalf of the player's side, and I think that that's a really missed opportunity. And I would speak to the executives out there, to other developers who have a voice in the projects that they're participating in. To
I think
try
Az
and
fell
champion
asleep on
this
us.
thought of
He lives over in
engaging with
Germany.
your
I think he
community
fell asleep.
earlier on. And the reason for that is because it's very difficult to pivot away from a direction.
Ah,
that
he's still
direction
there.
has been manifest, has been created.
Just checking,
is
man,
ready
just
to
checking.
ship. And it's I know there's downsides to it, and there's a level of investment that's required. But if some
I'm gonna have to pop in Zillan's stream and
gives
when
you
it,
an
whenever. Do you have a
opportunity
set
to
schedule,
early on
Zillan?
understand what the customer wants, That is
What
a
days do you like
golden
to stream
holy
on?
grail
I
available to
I
you.
haven't set a schedule yet because I don't really want it to feel like a job. I'm having fun just coming on, but I think I will schedule at least a week ahead when I'm going to come on. What's up, buddy?
How many water, coffee?
2, please. Thank you. Zillan says, I've always been a hardcore PvE guy. Okay. But I understand the meaning of PvP brings to the games, especially persistent world games like MMOs. I'm not scared of PvP. I just want the meaning and value behind it. I'd rather not be a non-stop murderous hobo. Yeah. You probably want to make sure you go with a big group when you go out to the sea, my friend. It's going to be ugly out there. I can tell you that right now. Did you play Arcage, Zillan? Because yeah, the seas are going to be scary. Absolutely going to be scary. And you know, I got to tell you, with the Hidden Dagger in, I probably am going to be harboring some criminals. So, but I'll make sure I got your back in there. You know, we'll guard you. You don't stream right now. You're going to start once they announce Alpha 2 date. Okay, yeah. Well, you're already set up. You got a name. You got a bunch of subscribers on YouTube. You got a good amount of followers on Twitch. So you're already rocking, cock lock, ready to rock. So you're good to go. So as soon as they give you some time, you can get in there and start going. I'm starting from scratch. So it's I got to get my name out there.
And it is
I'm representing the old fart community. Anybody who wants to come in here and see the old fart talk.
it is doing nothing but servicing the genre. And,
I don't know if I'm the oldest content creator. I don't. How old is Diggs? Because he's got that pretty old looking beard there. So he's got a lot of gray and white on that beard. So Diggs might be older than me. I'm not sure.
the people, the beloved gamers who spend their free time, their hard-earned free time, enjoying these games, for them not to be surprised when the game comes out. Nobody wants to be surprised by what they're looking forward to. And
You let me know when you come back to streaming, though. I'll make sure I raid you with those 2 viewers I have.
Seen before, or
I'm gonna
what
rock
we're
your world.
expecting is it lives up to our highest mountain peak of hope in our minds, and then when we see that thing, sometimes it's a bit deflated. But if you provide insight during development so that players have an understanding of what to expect when that game launches, then you mitigate a significant portion of the risk that's entailed in the creation of these massive projects, because you can identify where your approach resonates with a consumer base. And I know it's a soapbox, but I just...
So here's a question for you, since you really love PvE then, but you're not a huge fan, it doesn't sound, of PvP, but you understand it. So you'd be down, you have no problem being a PvEer, but if your node is under siege, you're going to get in there and protect it, right? I'm going to guess your answer is going to be yes to that, because you don't want to lose your node. And that's really what I'm kind of hoping, that any of the PvEers out there will kind of look at it like, yeah, I'm not going to go out there and stabby and be a murder hobo, stuff like that, but I'm going to go ahead, if my node is under siege, I'm going to dig my boots in and help out.
I had hopes as well, and
I think they're going to find
like
that they like PvP more than they think.
Yes.
100%. That's PvP with a meaning behind it. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
this is
I'm not going to lie and tell you that I'm not going to be out there stabbing people in the back. I will. I'll be killing people. Although I don't really plan on killing people to get corruption. I think that's... Unless he's got some kind of he found some kind of rare material or something like that I really, really wanted. I don't really see I think that'll set me back more than it'll do me any good. But what I'm looking for is getting people, when we're doing like guild wars and node wars, and PvP caravans and stuff like that. That's where I'll get my PvP fix in. I'm not looking to grief people.
This is one of the things that I have loved about working at Intrepid and working for you, and you specifically, Stephen, is that
I want everyone to be able to enjoy the game, and some people get really butthurt when they get killed, and they might lose nothing, but they get really butthurt because they died. And I certainly don't want to contribute to driving people away from the game.
What a community team does and the feedback that they can relay, and the social media team, what their feedback can provide to the development team. Developers don't take that.
That being said, that first week or so of Alpha 2, probably going to be a lot of that going on. People haven't played the game in so long, they're just going to kill anything they see.
Like, you don't have to take it word for word. Like, just because people think something is overpowered doesn't mean you have to take action and make it more it underpowered, right? It's kind of thinking about that feedback and reflecting on it.
Can't believe Margaret's going to have a baby. She's married now. She's going to have a baby.
Not necessarily saying you have to do exactly what the players want. It's taking an
Hopefully Ashes is
feedback.
Ashes is released before she's a grandmother.
Saying, "Oh, shots fired." You know, they're mentioning some of the other games. It is not in any way, shape, or form my intent to shoot shots, if that's what the proper phrase is. My desire is to help the genre and the executives that make these decisions, because a lot of times we think, oh, it's the developers. Well, it's not really.
So at least a few of us think it's going to be in July then, the quarter release. I really actually, now that I think about it, I really, really like your thoughts, Dylan, on that. July 14th, that would be 3 years to the day of Alpha 1. That's smart. That is definitely smart. Did you just come up with that, or you just remembered that so well that that's when Alpha 1 was? I mean, that's good. I got to give you props for that one.
Or, the executives that kind of...
Do you have that kind of a rationale behind your prediction for August?
Make these decisions, and for they're constrained.
I can't compete with that. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Projects, and they need to keep track of
I'd love that. I'd love that. I need to know though, because I'm scheduling a party, so for the summer, and I need to know so I can, because I don't want to schedule my party on the same day or a few days after Alpha 2 comes out, because I'd be really pissed. As says, kinda, but maybe more like September. No, don't say September. That's bad touch. Yee. No, man, that'd be like a kick in the noogies. No, don't buy into my No, I like it. It makes sense. Don't buy into my nonsense. Did you not hear me say that? Yeah, but you're bound to be right at some point, Zillin. At some point. The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. So you're going to be lucky at some point. So just stick with that.
Understandable.
Just keep throwing the shit out there, and eventually something will stick to the wall.
Ashes of Creation's development process.
It's like throwing spitballs at the ceiling. Eventually, you'll be all right.
A large community of interested and resonated gamers who want to play this game, and we have a very clear picture of where that interest.
Did I just call you a broken clock? No, I did not call you a broken clock. At least I don't think I did. But I'll have to go back and look.
Lies.
I said that.
Doesn't want to play.
What did I say? I'm kind of old and I got some timers. Let's see. The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. So no, I did not call you a broken clock. I'm not sure where you got a broken clock from, but I was eating some of those fireballs today. Maybe my mouth's all fucked up.
The negative feedback we receive, we try to act on that negative feedback, right? But without
you're going to be right at some point.
Being open, all of that is
welcome, guys, to the channel. We have some new viewers in here. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you got any kind of questions, ask them.
8 years.
Please, for the love of God, ask them. My bot got you.
Is to be in that dark place. It's just.
Well, I mean, I guess technically I called you a dog's ass, but not you in general. Just. Like a metaphor, dog's ass, yeah. Sad day I go right now.
Antithetical to this concept of made for...
Basically, what I was saying, Zillin, is that you're going to eventually hit on one of these.
Gamers by gamers. Like that.
You're going to hit on one of these ideas.
The core philosophy
I got you, man.
The development of a game like this, and to keep those doors shut just doesn't make sense, and it creates an insurmountable mountain of risk when that game eventually launches. So I'm not shooting shots. Yeah, oh, absolutely. No, totally.
Because there are downsides to being an open developer.
I don't think I've heard Steven cough in this one.
To be perfectly honest, we don't.
I haven't heard him cough, and I haven't heard him use the words preface.
Because
that might be a first.
It doesn't convey something that we can elicit a good response from. right? We want to show the things where we can collect.
What do you think, being a PvEer, Zilla, what do you think about this?
Right?
I'm going to forward to this
You know,
so we can see the
Nobody's counting.
Cyclops. What did you think about the
More
Cyclops
believable videos from Wild Animals.
Cyclops video?
that's super cool.
Did it look like
I
a
like
pretty
that.
fun encounter?
That's awesome.
Doesn't
That's
look like he's
an
got like a
element
ton of
version, I
mechanics
feel
or
like.
anything else, but it looks like a fun fight. You know, I think they said it was kind of lower level, like maybe was it 25, 30, something like that. But it looked fun.
So-
You know, if you do stay within their range or get too close to them, then they might defend themselves. So
I like the spiders and how they react
So
to
talk
people
me a
being
little bit
around them.
about, the Cyclops and its path, and how you guys kind of determine, where this guy's going to roam, and why it's an
Yeah,
important
see, Steven's
aspect
level
that the boss
15 in
is
this
kind of
one.
roaming through the woods, or through the world.
yeah,
You gotta always check
Steven.
Steven's level, because like in his caravan stream, he was the only one that was level 25. Everyone else was level 15. So he's always looking to cheat. He said a little bit, even if it's not with a cheat code.
Team
I have to
to
keep my eye on you,
decide
Steven,
what
when
that
the game
path is
comes
going to
live.
be, and we want to make sure that that there's something of interest. No matter where you go, no
Let
matter
yourself invulnerable, just in case. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're good.
no matter.
Zilla
where
says the
you-
Cyclops video was cool. Couple of mechanics. I don't think rating, at least, I don't think rating, at least in a way we're thinking of it in 2024, will be a thing in Ashes. Oh, you mean like kind of like a molten core raid or something like that from WoW? No, probably not. And it can't. It really, with 80% of it being outdoors, it really can't be. You're gonna have your world dragons and stuff like that they're gonna do. They're going to have Cyclopses and I'm sure a bunch of other really large world bosses. But you're literally going to, and I've put this in one of my videos. Oh, my barista's here. Oh, thank you, my boy. Thank you. Say hi, Jericho. Okay. That's good. I totally lost my train of thought now. What was I talking about? Somebody remind me. Az, where are you at, man? Remind me, where was I at? What was I talking about? My son just derailed me. Hate it when it happens.
Look, no matter what
This is what happens when you get old, Zillin. You get sometimers and you just forget shit.
path you go down, that there's always a chance.
This is
you're
why
gonna
I need a chat to remind me what the hell I was talking about.
see something you didn't expect or you didn't see before. So
Oh, yeah.
This guy.
Instanced. Instanced, tightly tuned, infinitely repeatable bosses with this set of difficulties that won't exist. Because the fact that it's instance, or not instance, it's open world, 80% of it, you're going to really need to designate like a group of people watching your perimeter to make sure that you're not going to get backdoored and get some surprise butt sex by some people, and then they're going to steal your dragon or steal your Cyclops or something like that. Because these fights are going to be seen from a long ways away. People are going to be able to hide into trees, click their cursor, get the target bar of the boss, and they're going to come in. And if you're not watching for them, you're going to get backdoored hard and lose. And you're going to feel like you got kicked in the noogies when they're getting all that loot from the dragon.
So massive, and I like how
Now the instant stuff, I feel like they will be able to make it a little bit harder. The mechanics should be a little bit better.
kind of walks through the trees, triggering their destruction.
I think my son forgot to put sugar in here.
That's so cool that he interacts with the environment
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, definitely gonna help you.
It's free.
listen.
What can I
You
say?
just
I
listen
can't
and
complain. He
listen.
brought me
If
coffee.
he's patrolling around, you're gonna hear him.
Oh my gosh, this guy's huge. Now,
I feel like Steven's trying to look under
I
his
thought
dress
for a
here.
second there he was going to aggravate.
Anybody else thought
But just
that?
so you guys are aware in the stream, I've set myself to invulnerable so that
I
we
thought
can
he was
kind
trying
of
to get a
just
glimpse
walk
of that
near
12
him
inches he talked
and
about.
see his massive nature.
Massive nature.
And Doug,
That's
Jason,
an
talk to me a little
innuendo
bit-
right there. To see his massive nature as he's looking under his dress. I'm just saying.
About the inspiration for this guy as a character model, like what were you guys?
Steven's got something else
working
on
with
his
the
mind
character
right now.
teams to kind of, I notice he has this massive tree. Talk to me a little bit about that element.
Now he's talking about his massive
Yeah, I
tree.
think that was actually a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
improvised in the design based on what the character came back with, Jason. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, when the character artists were making this, they had this cool idea of just having this giant
fucking with
tree
you, Steven.
weapon that a Cyclops would hold, and we took that idea and just kind of embraced it.
He looks
making
really
part of his
cool, though. I
character,
love the sound when he
embellishments that
walks.
wears, and
They don't really have that many
inform
people. What do they got? One,
what
two,
type of
three,
encounter
four,
that he might
five,
be.
six.
So
They only got 16 people
pretty
there, so
core
that's
part
not
of
bad
it,
at all.
and it informs some of his combat abilities and phase transitions even in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a collaborative process. Sometimes it's design asking for something specific from art, and sometimes art is what informs the design. So,
Oh, he looks great. The character did a great job with this. Do you know who's the character?
You fall asleep on me yet, Az?
I think it might have been Keith.
that
I
sounds
think-
about
Why,
right.
my mod keeps messing with you there. Man, what's my mod doing to
They
you?
did a great job, by the way.
I'm gonna have to loosen that
Look
mod up.
phenomenal. I know we have a couple of parties that are going to assist us with this particular fight. Talk to me a little bit about this encounter as a raid boss.
You must leave it a
what
while.
is
I
your
don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you.
from the actual raid size that you guys are anticipating for the design.
I think that's gonna vary depending on the level of the raid, obviously. And
Did you
how
see
huge
my
they are.
Did you see my post as on the stealth, on the full stealth? And what are your thoughts on the stealth? And Zillion, I'd like to hear your thoughts too. Now you're mostly a PvEer, you said, so I'm thinking that you might not be a big fan of full stealth for PvP. But what are your guys' thoughts on that? I kind of thought that I don't know if the camouflage was really cool for a ranger, and yeah, it fits a ranger. It fits a ranger perfectly. I think they nailed that. My problem is before the rogue was kind of like a shimmer, right? And it just, I don't know. I just, with the shimmer and the fact that they're going to have at least 2 classes with stealth detection, the mage and the ranger, I don't know if it's going to be good enough to get behind somebody. And somebody was saying in the forums, well, they think they're going to come up and have different mechanics than just stealth. It won't be just stealth. And at first I said, okay, well, but then I just saw a video today. I was looking back, and Steven said that pretty much the primary way for a stealther to attack is with stealth. So if the stealth isn't good, then that's a problem. So I hope that they are digging deep into that. Also, if they don't want to give stealth to everybody full stealth, I can dig that. That makes sense. But I do think if you double down on the rogue and you go for assassin, that you should be able to get full stealth. As says, full stealth looks awesome, but I guess people can't see the blurry figure a bit. Can still see the blurry figure. Yeah, and that's what if you're moving, they're going to see you. So, it's going to be kind of hard to. I don't know. I'm gonna hold judgment until the Alpha 2 comes out, but I still would like to see full stealth in some aspect. We'll see. If the rogue's evades are really good. Okay, what's a rogue to do so he's coming up and you got a bunch of people that he's coming up and trying to get the healer, right? What happens if he gets seen? What's his getaway? He's not going to be able to do his jump in the air shot like the ranger. He does have some quick dashes and stuff, but I hope they give him something to be able to get away when his cover gets blown.
But
we'll see. I have faith in them. I guess I'm just used to the old DAOC days and stuff like that, where we had, where we had the full stealth. Even in WoW, we had full stealth. So, I don't know. I've just always really enjoyed full stealth, and I think it's a game in its own game. And that's why I really enjoyed it, because you'd have stealthers looking for other stealthers. And it was kind of like a mini game on top of what's going on around you.
32.
If that makes sense.
Probably depending again on level and equipment.
Very cool. So this guy's a really early kind of world boss, and we want to introduce players early to the idea of these raids. And by the way, as we're kind of chatting about this, those of you who
welcome to the stream, everybody. Glad you're here. Feel free to talk and chat.
Start heading over to the
say
arena.
Hi. I think I give you some channel points if you say hi.
Off of the GM and vulnerability here.
Feel free to use those channel points on the about page or in the chat bar. You'll be able to click them when you get some.
you know, it's important
Different
as we were talking about to
rewards
kind
you
of
can
introduce
use.
players.
You can play
into,
heist, you can do
what
8-ball,
raiding really
whatever
means
you
in
want to play.
Ashes, and talk to me a little bit about
Entertain
kind of the
yourself.
general design approach that you take with creating these types of
If I'm not
encounters.
doing
know,
it
there
for
are
you,
obviously
hopefully I am.
phases, there's different elements in those phases that kind of change dynamically the way you want players to interact. What are we going to see here a little bit?
Yeah,
Zillan,
it's
are you
definitely
planning
like
on
a more
are you planning on joining the like a streamers server, or are you gonna kind of do your own thing? Do you have your own guild that you're gonna be rolling with, making your own
Motherfucking server is down. Get that shit back up. We're trying to play. Bunch of motherfuckers at home that's locked and loaded right now. Fix this shit.
That's my favorite one. I love that one. You can guarantee that one's gonna be playing a lot during. No guild for you. Do you think you're going to be playing with some of the other content creators though, or are you going to just do your own thing? Oh, I got it. I love that Snoop Dogg one. That is great.
introductory rating experience, so it's not going to be too complicated. But I think there are
Motherfucker,
some
servers
really
down.
mechanics
Get that
around
shit
it,
up.
and I
We're
think
locked
we
and
should
loaded.
Talk about those.
No streamer server for you?
Yeah. So when I first started,
I don't want to be on like an Asmongold server or anything like that. That's too much for me. Yeah, that's too much for me. But I wouldn't mind being around with just a few others. You have no idea what you're gonna do for a guild at this point?
designing this guy.
Well, there's no really
you know,
there's no rush.
we had,
I mean, maybe just
Trad and
find
other
someone
guys
that
on
clicks
our
with you.
Team
I'm an
looking at,
overlord.
You know, forming the classes
That's
that
where-
people have
that's where I'm at.
seen over the
Been
live
there for
stream, and, you know,
over a
really
year now.
Before those kind of come to fruition.
Maybe close to 2
and
years.
knowing you know what the full abilities are and everything, I started the design with the core Trinity in mind.
Look at
so
the draw
controls
distance on that. Look
are
how far you
very
can see
obvious.
players away.
Tanks will tank.
I mean,
healers will heal, and DPS will.
That's really good
try to
field
take
of
down the
field of
targets when
view.
They need to, and starting from there, I try to keep that in mind, not to
Yeah, with Golid, yep,
overcomplicate it, so
Golid,
that,
Dracobringer, and
there always
and,
have that
Clover.
individual Trinity
Yep.
idea amongst the different mechanics.
Yeah, so we got some classic staples in here. We've got ads that off tanks are going to have to peel off, and crowd control that's going to need to be applied to those ads. We've got priority targets that are going to pop up that need to be killed. We've got damage that's going to be unavoidable, so that even with an expert group that can dodge all of his avoidable attacks, the healers are still going to have work to do to keep everyone.
Yeah, they're a good bunch of guys over there.
Very cool.
Good
Very
bunch
cool.
of guys. I'm looking forward to
You guys will notice,
to
obviously,
getting to
on
know them
the,
all better when we play
the
Alpha 2.
stream,
Right
there
now,
have
everyone's
been
kind of
some
just doing their own
updates
thing
to
for
a
the
little
most
bit
part.
of the nameplates that Colby and the UI team have implemented, as well
Yeah,
as
yeah, he's a
some
good
of the
dude.
targeting plates as well. But who do we have as?
I'll
our
have
team?
to get your Discord too. I don't think
Doug will be tanking.
I don't think
Alright,
I have
alright,
that.
Very cool.
Is that
And then
posted
we
somewhere
also
on the web?
have,
Or
I'll
it's
be
probably in
playing
your
as a
Twitch channel,
mage,
isn't it?
but,
It's probably in the about section. I'll go check it out over
I
there.
will be trying to capture some good shots of the encounter to a degree. Trad, what are you playing?
I'd like to
I'm
stay
a
in touch
mage
you,
warrior, just like
is-
you.
stay in touch with you if you ever
Oh,
want to
very
talk to me
cool.
again.
And then how about you, Jason?
I'm playing the cleric.
Nice. Well, Doug, I don't want to stand in the way of your greatness, so please, by all means, sir, you may commence when ready.
All right, Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy! Oh, I got a Leroy
Yeah,
sound
That's
thing
all
in
we
there.
did, Jason.
Yeah, no promises.
He's an angry Tumok.
Hey, take care, Az. Thanks for
my
stopping in, buddy. I
God,
really
that looks like
appreciate
it
you as
hurts.
usual. You've
Yeah,
always
you
been
don't
there
want
for me,
that, you
bud.
get smushed.
I won't forget you.
I love his animation. So,
Sleep
talk
well.
to me a little bit about some of these attacks. What do you got going on here, Jason and Doug?
Oh, great. Thank you.
So yeah, his
Let's
first
see.
phase here he has a lot of physical attacks, but he also
Where
employs
did
a
you
lot
send
of
it to,
attacks
Zillan,
in
so I
the
know?
We see there with the roots hitting us, and right now you can see he's pulling some fungus out of the tree. And
My
using that
windows
to
are
heal
full screen
himself.
with the streamer stuff, so I'll probably check it out.
He has a tank spike attack.
A little
where
later, as
he
soon as I get a
smashes
chance.
The tree into the tank that Doug was blocking earlier. And generally does a lot of like AoE splash damage that other melee will want to avoid. and
Okay.
Stand together.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, he's not particularly complex.
Yeah, I definitely wanna
build
stay in
up,
touch
but
with
he's
you.
a great example of sort of what we want to do with large creatures in Ashes. having them interact with the environment, having that
That's a
that
big
camera
boy.
shake, that those knockdowns that make it feel like he is here and he is crushing you.
What do you think about? What are your thoughts on healing, Zillan? Do you think the status of healing right now in today's MMOs is a bit overtuned? I feel like it is, because the casual days of WoW and stuff like that have allowed people to do a little bit of everything, and I feel like it's a little bit overtuned. Do you feel in a rock paper scissors scenario, like Ashes is supposed to be, do you believe a healer should be able to outlast a DPS? Let's say a rogue, for instance. Or should a rogue be able to kill him with zero fucks given? Should a rogue be able to win? I'd love to hear your thoughts, because I have my own thoughts, and I don't feel that a healer in a rock paper scissors scenario should be able to outlast a DPS. Nor should a rogue be able to kill a tank. And a mage should be a counter to a tank. Stuff like that. I guess it depends on how the augment system plays out. That could throw a wrench into some of the plans, depending on how powerful the augments are. But if you're if you're an archpriest, I think that's what they're called. If you're a cleric, and you're fighting a rogue anything, you should die. And I hope that they have silences, or I don't know, a sap or something like in Warcraft, some way to interrupt them, either with hitting them with daggers or whatever that knocks back their spell casting. Something. They should not be able to just free cast with people hitting them, unless it's an instant.
Oh, he looks. Oh my God, he keeps just.
That's an awesome
charging
mechanic.
there.
That charge that he's got. That's a really awesome.
I'm just.
Zilla says the rock paper scissors balancing they're talking about is group versus group. No, they don't give one crap about how things. No, they have said that. No, absolutely, but I wonder why they're saying that. Are they saying that because they think that healers are going to be OP, or they think healers are going to get wiped out one? I'm loved because in Alpha 1, I know it was Alpha 1, and there's been no balancing done. They were ridiculous in Alpha 1. And even in his last stream, we saw Chibi Bree. They're like, get Chibi Bree. Everybody's firing her, and she lasted forever. And it makes me think, yeah, they definitely something they need to work on. That's definitely got to be a topic of balancing when they get to the balancing section. I know they're not in there yet. But man, I don't want to be seeing overpowered healers, or else everyone's just going to go some kind of healing. There's going to be a cleric in every build.
Barely missing him. Now, talk to me a little bit about kind of the raid boss designs. Like, you guys are working with multiple.
But you didn't answer my question, though. Do you think if you're in a one-on-one, do you think a healer should be able to beat a DPS? Yeah, I know. He's been a cleric or a mage. So, and I think I even said that in one of the forum posts. I said maybe I should just play a healer because Steven always plays one, so they're not gonna be bad. So
stages, I noticed that right now.
I have a feeling that's exactly what's gonna happen.
He has different targets on his hate list.
They certainly won't be bad.
Tell me, like, what's your general philosophy? How did you guys approach this?
Yeah, so I think Jason did this a little bit earlier, but we designed this boss pretty early on when a lot of the classes were still their sort of nascent form. So we really just wanted to focus on the Trinity, making sure that everyone has a purpose in this raid, a role, whether you're someone who's focused on CC, whether you're a tank, a healer, a DPS.
Yeah, they certainly won't be bad.
Everybody a job in the raid. Like right now, for instance, he's put this tree down.
What other classes do you want to try other than the tank?
And those are going to be a priority.
Zilla says it's hard to speculate about any of the 1v1 fights. Skill matters, talent points. Yeah, no, and same with the guild skills and stuff like that. They're going to matter on where your guild decides to go. I think that's actually a really cool mechanic. I do believe when it comes to the guild skills and stuff like that, that the guilds that have allocated all those points to where they can have 300 members, I hope that they make the buffs worthwhile for the ones who stick with the 30 to 50 man guild. I hope those buffs are strong in PvP and very worthwhile. Now I don't know if those will necessarily work in PvE, but they should definitely work in PvP. You want to try all classes? Yeah, I'd like to too. I don't know which ones we're gonna have in Alpha 2 at the start. I'd love to say all of them, but I don't think that'll be the case. But yeah, I'll try. Hell, you can put one class out there right now. Let me in, and I'll play it. So it doesn't matter what it is. Just let me
Before
in.
they grow to full size, because if they do, he's gonna go over. He's gonna stomp them, and he's gonna get healed for a huge.
You know what I'll have? I said this in my last stream that I'm gonna try all the classes, and I'm gonna narrow it down to one that I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna play it for the next 3 months before release, and then when release comes, I'm gonna switch it the last second and play something completely different. Because that's what I always do.
So
Every
he
time.
heals off of the mushrooms as well.
Yeah, and
So if I tell you I'm gonna play a class, ignore it, and
even if he stomps on them,
I'll be playing
if
something else.
They blow up. You can get that heal as well. So if you're taking some damage from the thorns,
Are you planning on rolling an alt? Or are you kind of an altaholic, or you think you're gonna
you might have a chance to
stick with
heal
one
up.
class? I am gonna try to stick with one
Okay,
class.
we almost have this tree down. Come on, guys, focus it down. Focus major DPS on the tree. Let's try to kill this thing.
I always struggle with
Get it
that.
before he picks it up. Yes, everything. Release it all. Oh, well done. Uh-oh. Oh
He's gonna
my
Hulk it up now.
God. Why is he so mad?
He does not like when you break his weapon.
What the heck?
I mean, who would?
Jason, where'd you get the idea for the kind of tree totem?
A lot of that came from the original design that we got from character art, and that we really enjoyed the way that it synergized with his looks. We wanted to employ the use.
You're
of
least
trees as
interested
a
in a
part
rogue?
of his,
I'd say tank, fighter,
power.
summoner, bard, mage, ranger, cleric, rogue in that order.
And using it as like a magical.
Why the hate on the rogue, Zillin? What's up, man?
But without that, he seems to get really mad, and his more primal Cyclops giant nature comes back.
Why the
as
hate?
we see here.
Has a rogue violated you in the past?
So talk to me about those kind of slams that he's doing. And also, I noticed, like, as he's running around, the trees are falling, the stone obelisks are kind of getting destroyed. Is there intent for these kind of environmental hazards to exist as well as part of the raid design?
Yeah, absolutely. For our large creatures,
I think a rogue has gotten you in the
dragons,
past.
Things like that. We want to make sure that.
But tank and fighter, maybe a combination of both those. That could be cool. That could be very cool. I do have interest in bard. Mage, not so much. Ranger, I have interest in. I have interest in a ranger.
Believable. So we want to make sure that you're going to hear that, and that's going to be a way you can know in the distance there's something that you want to go and investigate.
That is super cool. I died, but I'm on my way back.
I sure would like to see the rogue archetype though
Those slams
at
hurt
some
really
point
bad.
before Alpha 2. There's not enough time before Alpha 2 for them to show all of them. So we know that's not going to happen because they're going to want to show other stuff as well. So like I told Az, I think that they're being very selective in what they show right now because they want us to be surprised because Alpha, like I told them, you have the 2024 announcement. It's in 2024. Now you have it's in Q3 announcement. And then you're going to have it's going to be in this month announcement in 2024 in Q3. So there's this big build up to that, and they want that element of surprise and new stuff for the viewers to see, which makes sense. They want it to be a first time experience for everybody, so I get that. So maybe they're just putting some stuff out some fluff stuff. I don't know. We'll see. If nothing else, maybe they could put out some, show me like the Renkai Rogue or something. Just run around with them or something. humor me.
As a result, you can take him down a little quicker when he's enraged, but it's also going to be a lot more incoming damage for your healers to work through. So
Tumok's got 300,000 health.
Position, your equipment level.
It's a good bit of health. Tumok the Wretched.
Earlier phase.
I hope they work on his loot that he dropped, because I thought it kind of blew. For something that needs this many people, I'd like to see,
I love it, guys.
at least,
Here
maybe one legendary or something in there. It's going to be the level of this legendary anyway, so it's not going to be a long-lasting one. So you might as well give it out. I mean, look at his loot.
Poor guy. Look at him. Little eye. Wow, that
Check
was
that
very
chat mod.
cool. Well
Alright,
done,
let's see
guys.
here.
That was awesome. Does he have any loot?
Let's see.
Sword of the Briarhome, a longbow, a short bow, and a mace.
Let me see if I can
Well, that was a
figure
lot
this
of
out.
fun. Very well
I haven't
done.
streamed in a while, Zillan, so I'm trying to get used to where everything is again.
Guys are watching this, remember,
See, I don't
obviously
see
this is one
anything
of the
struck out
earliest
by
world bosses in
just
Ashes of
recently from
Creation,
your
where
automod,
you'll
or
have
from
an
my
opportunity
automod.
to encounter just getting your feet
Let's
wet
see.
and what the raid boss system's going to look like. We have a lot of fun designs that are intended with a lot of different creatures. But give us your feedback. What are the raid bosses you enjoyed in other games that you've played? What about the mechanics? What about the phases that you thought were cool? What did you enjoy seeing here today? And what would you like to see in the future? But otherwise, Trad, Jason, Doug, thank you guys for joining us and giving us a little sneak peek under the hood of the encounter design, particularly as it relates to Tumok the Wretched. I thought that was so cool, a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing more of you guys in the future. With that being said, I would like to thank you all, and we will see you
Oh, it's a deception aspect.
here in just a moment.
So I wanted to clarify a few things because I know that there were some comments in the threads.
Oh, change one. Okay, there.
Quite a few
You think it's a deception aspect? I'm a straightforward kind of guy. I want you to know I'm about to unalive you before I do it. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
You saw that this time we showed 3 different perspectives of the
Uh-oh.
folks.
I got some
We kinda
feedback
had
here.
to figure out a different recording system in order to make sure everybody's quality was the same level. Because they're different PCs. So just keep that in mind.
There we go.
But we will upload that after the stream. In regards to the no GM comments, I meant no, we didn't use commands during the Cyclops fight, not necessarily before that. Because as soon as I said
Well,
that, even you used.
That pretty much wraps up the Tumok video. So, oh boy, I got some feedback again from somebody here. Where are we going here? That's why I hate opening these new windows. That's right. I'll figure it out. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate everybody coming in tonight. And Zillan, thank you very much for your guest appearance. I very much appreciate it. And everyone have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining the Hidden Dagger Inn and visiting I'll Pee on You. And hopefully I will see everybody soon. And I might be streaming later this week, but no promises. I will set it in the schedule if I do so. Again, thank you everybody. And everyone take care and have a great night. Bye-bye, guys. Good night, Zelen.